Oh, yes. I am in Gotham, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of Geek Culture Congress. I'm one of your hosts, always Louis Speedy Jr. Gonzalez, accompanied by Michaela Mika Fig. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Very
Doing
good. And of course, the star of our show today.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, the man.
I am Batman, and I want you to tell all your friends about me.
The star pupil.
Mr. Tarek Lewis. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing very good.
Yeah? Excellent. You know what?
I hear a little verbal. I hear something going on.
Yeah, you hear something going on?
Yeah.
Oh, it's because the music. I got the music still going. Yeah, that's what it is.
I was like, I can't hear him.
You can't hear him?
No.
No? How about now?
Well, I haven't said anything, so she can't.
Nope.
She still can't hear me.
Can you hear me, Tarek? Put a thumbs up.
I can hear
Oh,
you.
now I can hear you. Now I can hear
I had to
you.
flick a switch here in the studio. Sorry.
Now I can hear you.
Yeah.
That guy sells musical equipment. Good luck.
We highly recommend.
Yeah.
He's a whole DJ out here.
That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Geek Culture Congress. And today we have a special spoiler-free review brought to you by Mr. Tarek Lewis himself.
Well, no spoilers?
Yeah, no spoilers, man. You got to do it.
No spoilers. Spider-Man showed up in the Batman.
The multiverse opened up.
Yeah, no, you can't do that.
There's a bat spider. There's a bat spider. Everybody, you'll see it.
Matt Reeves, the Batman. Let's put some more people kind of. We got a bunch of stuff dropped actually today. We got a new Morbius trailer, the final Morbius trailer, should I say? And I guess we'll hit that first before we actually get into the review, right? We want to keep everybody in suspense.
Yeah.
You know.
Sure.
And of course, anybody who's watching the live show, feel free to join us here, be a part of the show, and make a comment. Share the link with your friends. We're here. We're gonna hang out. About we usually here for like an hour. 50 minutes or so. And we talk about everything that's going on. And also, we got a Fantastic Beasts trailer. The Secrets of Dumbledore. Yeah. I'm actually kind of hyped for this.
I'm very excited.
Yeah, I'm kind of hyped for it.
I feel like it's been forever.
Yeah.
Since the last film. I don't know how long ago it was now.
Yeah.
I don't even know either. Like, I guess that this movie's been done also pre-COVID, right? Or, the filming and all that good stuff.
I'm not sure when it was, but I just know that we have a new Grindelwald again.
Right.
Yeah.
Again. This is the third one.
They changed it because they just recasted it, or
no, it was Johnny
drama?
Depp. It was Johnny Depp.
Oh, because of the
Johnny
drama.
Depp ran into some issues.
It was Colin Farrell, right? Colin Farrell 1st, then it's Johnny Depp, and then Johnny Depp showed up on the first day, and then it was like peace.
Wow.
And then now, what's his name?
No, I think because he was having the drama with
his wife, with
ex-wife
Amber Heard.
Yeah.
Who was the Queen of Atlantis?
Yeah.
Or will be at some point.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Probably is
Just
already.
kidding.
Yeah. It's the new actor is he's been in a Magnus. Hold on,
What's his name?
Go ahead.
Let me double check here.
And
Mads Mikkelsen. I can never say this name, but I'm trying to get it right.
Yeah.
Mads Mikkelsen.
Yeah.
Is the new Grindelwald.
Gonna actually.
He's been in a bunch of stuff. He's been in I think The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Let me look at his IMDb.
Mm-hmm.
He was Hannibal on the Hannibal series. He was the villain in the first Doctor Strange.
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He was in Rogue One. He was Galen Erso in Rogue One.
Was he?
So
Good actor.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, he's a very good actor.
Cool.
Very good actor. Not a bad choice at all.
No, and then Grindelwald is pretty much like changes the way he looks, so it kind of goes with the character.
Since we're talking about the trailer, let's run it and look at it. Look at it in slow motion and see if we see anything exciting. I think that I got.
Slow motion?
Yeah, sure.
Slow motion.
Got technology.
That's Dumbledore,
I
everybody.
This is cool. This is like an old school. Yeah, we got the old school Dumbledore.
He's looking in a pot of collard greens, as one would do.
Uh-huh.
He's looking into the One Ring.
Yeah. We need to talk about we forgot to talk about the Super Bowl show. We forgot to talk about the Lord of the Rings trailer. Or the new Amazon show.
This trailer could go a little faster for me too, sweetie. I'm being honest with you.
All right. Hold on. Let's speed it up.
It's not Doctor Strange.
Yeah,
Let's speed it up. There you go. Here we go. More velocity.
There we go.
Everybody.
Get some speed on
There we
there.
go.
Yeah.
Oh wow, yeah. Because if you did it slower, you could see it in still, like
Yeah.
the Quidditch and
Yeah. Well, apparently he's always been at the school, right?
yeah. I think he was born there and conceived there and all that.
Don't ruin Harry Potter canon,
Kidding,
okay,
I'm
for
kidding.
people, all
One of
right?
the things
Those
I
Harry
always
Potter.
wanted, when I say when I have money, I want a falcon. I want a
You
honey
don't want to go
falcon.
like Peacemaker? Come on, bro.
No, that's lame.
Eagly.
I like all
You know,
the I like all the
looks
action in
great.
it. Yeah, it looks great. Like the cinematography looks great. I mean, I'm gonna see it. Like I'm gonna see it like opening weekend.
Did
Oh,
you
yeah,
watch
I
the
know
first
she's-
two?
I did.
Did you watch it?
I watched the first
Okay.
one. Yeah.
I didn't. This actress, I really like her. I can't think of her name right now. But I'm a fan of hers.
Come on, you got the fast
Which
link
one?
to the IMB site, man. Come on.
The young African American lady.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't see her like really good.
Yeah, she used to be on. I believe she's doing on the Daily Show. She would do little bits on the Daily Show.
Yeah.
Is that her? Are
Mm-hmm.
we sure that's her?
No, I'm not positive. I might be making it up. I might be racist.
I think it's cool, man. I think it's I really like everything and all the premise, the backstory. I think it's dope.
Yeah, the second one wasn't well received,
So yeah,
I hope that this one just like makes up for it.
right, there was two of them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like the first one better.
Of course.
It's been so long, but I like elements of the second one.
Mhm.
You know, a lot of humanity to the character, because the first one was
Yeah.
just all like.
What was he
it
doing right
felt
there
like
too?
all
What was he doing right there? to
pretext of Harry Potter, where the
Right.
second one kind of took on its own story.
Right. Who's he fighting here? This character, is that a
Ezra
young
Miller's character?
Yeah.
No,
Is that a
that's-
young Snape or
no,
something?
No. That
No, that's the
character
character
was
from
introduced in the first
Okay.
episode. I said
Yeah,
first
yeah,
movie film.
yeah. I wouldn't say he was.
Yeah,
the
I need to go
villain of
rewatch
it,
them.
but
That's
he
what I need to
was,
I have to rewatch it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to
a
rewatch all the
harbinger of a
Fantastic Beasts.
certain power.
Yeah, I gotta rewatch all the Fantastic Beasts. I really dig the Harry Potter stuff, the whole lore and all that stuff. I think I really welcome all this prequel. You
I
know.
feel like it feels a little bit like you're being paid to say that. There's not a lot of conviction in your voice.
No, I do. I
It
dig
is good.
I dig it for watching. You know, I wouldn't say like I'm a big
all of these
fan. Like
films.
there's sweaties that like walk around with a wand. in
He's
there.
like, and by the way, they're all on HBO Max. I think that I'm gonna go back and.
Oh, we like
watch
our
them
friends
all.
from Warner Brothers, because of obvious reasons.
And if you haven't had the chance, you could go see the reunion of the Harry Potter cast.
Yeah, our friends at Warner Brothers are nice. They're nice
Yeah.
to us.
No, they're good.
They are
Oh,
nice.
and I love Harry Potter, so
Is
They're
this
nicer
the
than-
last film of this trilogy, or is it going to be a trilogy?
I don't know much about
Good
it.
question. Is there novels? Is there's like a bunch of novels of this?
I'm pretty sure that J.K. Rowling was like writing the scripts and the books at the same time.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm curious if there's a lot more, source material. That's it.
Like I said, I don't know
It
too
doesn't
much
say it's
about
based on anything. Based on screenplay. That's about it.
because I didn't
Yeah.
read these books. I read Harry Potter.
Oh, look what's coming right there. Yeah, we're not gonna do that though. We're not gonna do that to people. Welcome to everyone who's hanging out with us here on the live show. We got the Batman spoiler-free review from Tarek Lewis coming up soon. But first off, we're knocking off our list today.
I'm
We
spoiling
just
the
finished
fuck
talking
out of
about.
it. I don't know what y'all talking about.
No, you're not.
Come on, you gotta be
Spoiling the
nice,
fuck
okay?
out
I'm leaving.
Come
I'm out.
on, come on, you gotta be
Do
nice.
you think Batman dies? Like that's my question.
Well, it's probably not gonna happen. It's probably gonna get close. Probably
Listen,
close.
When is the embargo for
It-
like spoiler reviews? Spoiler.
I don't know
sure
about
it's not
spoilers.
yet.
The embargo on reviews ended today at noon.
Yeah, so not spoiler though.
Right.
Yeah, not spoiler. I think
Not
they just
spoiler.
urged everyone not to spoil. I'm not going to spoil.
No, you're not.
I will tell you this though.
Because then we'll cancel you.
I'll tell you this.
Yell at
Kidding.
me.
Bruce Wayne is Batman.
Oh my God, really?
I don't know.
Why did you spoil it?
Bruce Wayne is for sure. If there's doubt out there in Gotham, this fictional city.
Yeah. Everybody knows.
Who plays and what is it, Catwoman?
Yeah, Zoe Kravitz is Catwoman.
Zoe Kravitz's daughter.
I'm kidding. I was talking about her character.
Yeah.
Selena
Kyle. Yeah, Zoe Kravitz plays Selena Kyle. So
I thought that's what your answer was going to be.
So before we get into the Batman, let's talk about this final trailer for Morbius. I mean, we got a lot more tombs. So I'm a little confused now, like where this is in MCU timeline. You know?
Well, it's after Venom.
Yeah, but you see, he mentions Venom, but then Tombs is in it. So is that a variant of Vulture? What do you guys think?
You mean Michael Keaton's character?
Yeah, Michael Keaton's character. Yeah, Michael Keaton's character. Yeah, is that a variant? Because
why do you think
it doesn't make no sense then? No, because he in this. Do you remember in previous trailers he mentions Venom, and Venom is technically not in the
MCU.
The MCU.
I don't consider this an MCU film.
Yeah, right. But why is Vulture in it and it's the same actor? That's what he's saying.
Because Spider-Man is the one film that crosses over into the MCU. But it doesn't say his whole entire universe crosses over.
I'm not catching what you're putting down.
I'm saying there's no evidence that Venom doesn't exist in the MCU. That's just an assumption we make.
Okay. Well, yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
You know what I'm saying? It's just an assumption we make. Just because they don't mention the blip or the snap. I'm sorry, the snap or the blip. Like just because they don't mention it doesn't mean it hasn't happened, and we don't know the timeline.
Yeah.
So
I guess you're gonna have to
the Venomverse.
Do you think they're gonna have to explain it?
Yeah, they don't have to explain it. Yeah.
Okay, so you don't feel like they don't have the burden to explain it?
No,
because of the multiverse.
I think that's fanfare.
Yeah.
I like the cinematics of this. I like the way they have him moving.
Yeah. No, I'm dope.
Awesome.
I'm gonna see it too. I'm on it. I'm for it all. I like more the Morbius character. I always enjoyed the Morbius character. I enjoyed the Morbius character from the cartoon.
Yeah.
The 90s cartoon.
Oh wait, this isn't Batman? Okay.
No, this is the other dark vampire character.
I'm kidding.
Sorry.
I'm kidding. But I mean, I feel like I don't know, I'm intrigued to see it more than I was like Venom. And I'm comparing it to Venom because it's Sony. And I'm more intrigued to see this because obviously this is the first film of it.
Yeah.
I was intrigued also to see the first Venom and then I hated it.
Oh,
and then I didn't watch this. I did not like the first Venom. So now I'm seeing this and I'm like, I'm seeing I'm having flashbacks.
Did you finally see the second one?
No.
Oh,
well, I shouldn't say no. Like I watched it
like in the background?
On and off on a plane.
In the background. Yeah.
It's not
because Dominic was like, you should tune into it. It's like right there. And I'm like, sure.
Yeah, the second Venom.
But then like the silly like making the breakfast and I'm like, okay.
Yeah, the second Venom is not worth it.
I'm glad I watched it at home. Let's put it that way.
Except for the ending,
Yeah.
I'm excited about Morbius. I'm really tired of though this little back and forth. Like even we just had the discussion of like where things lie. Like Sony, just figure out. We know Spider-Man operates in 2 universes.
Right.
Just make it clear to us where everyone else operates. Like make the deal or don't make the deal.
So do you think they'll put like, because there's always a ramp up into the promo of anything, right? Do you think they're going to do like a featurette and explain like, what universe it is and stuff like that?
No, I don't think they are.
Yeah,
I think this is like dating a girl on Bumble. Like you never know if this is going to lead to a relationship. But I'm just still taking her out. I'm still taking her out. I'm still competing. And there's a whole nother universe where she's completely married and has a full relationship and kids.
Oh my God.
And I don't know about it.
Is this a traumatic thing that you went through?
No, I'm just saying this is what happens. This is what happens in this universe, She's got an Iron Man over there, and I'm over here with symbiotes and swinging webs, and it's all pointless. And let us know.
I'm sure they're gonna do something in it to make it like kind of more obvious on where it lands in the timeline.
Right.
They're not gonna outwardly be like, "Oh, by the way, Carnage happened last week." You know, like that happened over in San Francisco a week ago. Like they're not gonna say something like that, but they might show something on the news, or something might show up. Maybe one of the characters know each other.
Right.
Like maybe so isn't she a reporter? Eddie Brock, she's a reporter or she's a lawyer? What is she? Eddie Brock's ex?
She's a lawyer, I believe.
A lawyer.
She's a lawyer. Yeah. So I wonder if she's going to show up in this.
Right. I could see those characters.
That's my thought.
I picture this as a Venom universe thing. And I imagine this is happening at the same time. And at some point, that little point at the end of Venom 2, where the universes collide, is where Morbius collides.
Okay.
That's what I imagine. And we saw it at the end of No Way Home. I imagine at some point these universes are going to collide.
I think the only reason for that whole, so the end credit scene of Venom, where you saw him in the MC universe, and then the end credit scene of Spider-Man, spoiler alert, clearly everyone should have seen it already, that Venom went back to his universe, we think. And that symbiote got left behind. I think that was the only thing that they wanted to happen. And that they're just like, okay, we did our thing. Goodbye. You're not going to be crossing this line. I think it's going to be like, this is the line, this is what got left over, and that's it.
I don't think that's happening. First off, shout out to Brian. Thank you so much. It was great seeing you over there at Taco Fest Saturday, brother. He said that, of course, we already know that Sony and Disney have a deal in place. I guess the details of it have not been made public. But yeah, they're continuing to work together. So that's why we're asking the question, Brian. That's why we're trying to figure out, where does this lie? We know they're collaborating, of course. That's why they have, the Vulture character in the movie. I mean,
But the Vulture character in the movie because it's a Sony.
To me, the Vulture character is a Sony character. It's not a Marvel MCU character. It's that first Spider-Man movie is a Sony movie to me.
Yes, the whole movie, all of it is a Sony movie.
It's all Sony movies. And I know there's some MCU tie-ins, but they make jokes about it when they're like, the other Spider-Men are like, who are the Avengers? Like,
yeah. No,
letting
I get
you know that the multiverse, and I agree with Brian he's saying that Doctor Strange 2 will answer some questions. I agree. I think that's going to be the tie-in film of I think people aren't aware of major events, and it all matters when things get spliced in together. So if you splice it in after the snap and after the blip or whatever you want to call it, if you splice it in after that and you merge universes after that, I'm in this Spider-Man universe, and I'm like, what do you mean, Thanos? I don't know anything about who are the Avengers. Our concern is Morbius, is the handsome vampire.
Yeah, my issue, not my issue, or my what I would say is that our introduction to the character was in the universe where the Avengers do exist, and there's everything that we've had in MCU. You know what I mean? So that's why I think that could be confusing for other people.
You would have to ask the question: where were the Avengers when Spider-Man was trying to save New York?
Right.
They weren't there then, right? So, the Avengers broke up.
Yeah, the Avengers are non-existent right now.
Yeah, the Avengers and Spider-Man Far From Home, with No Way Home. What was it? Homecoming.
No Way Home.
Homecoming.
Oh, you're saying Homecoming?
Yeah, Spider-Man Homecoming.
Avengers are because it was after Civil War.
Yeah, Spider-Man Homecoming. The Avengers are broken up.
Right.
They're scattered across the place. Some of them are in prison. They're not that relevant to his story because they're pretty much broken up except for Iron Man. So why would people be bringing up the Avengers 3 years later when Venom pops off or when Morbius pops off? They wouldn't, because the Avengers are broken up.
No. I mean, I'm talking about the actual character, the Vulture character. Vulture. Our introduction to him was in relationship to everything that was a world where we have an Iron Man. Where we have,
but the Avengers are broken up.
Things.
The Vulture character is introduced when the Avengers are broken up.
No, he's saying as in is Vulture being in Morbius kind of prove that it's an MCU thing, or no? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, something like that. I mean,
so I
it,
think,
it could be a simple explanation for them.
And then I
just
see
a variant,
Tarek's, and then I see Tarek's view of it, of like, I think that Vulture being in Morbius is more of a Sony characters in a Sony movie versus Doctor Strange in a Sony movie or Spider-Man in a Marvel movie, in an MCU movie. So it's like borrowing.
Yeah.
They're borrowing, and I don't think Vulture kind of proves that it's MCU. I think it's just showing that our Sony universe stands on its own too.
Right.
Yeah.
So Brian says the Sony films are the MCU, just another multiverse. I expect that SDCC, a huge announcement, will be made about the college years of Spider-Man and Secret Wars. But definitely, they're going to do that college. Oh well, I'm pretty sure that's what's going to be next to college years, and we're definitely going to get
Spider-Man?
Secret Wars. Yeah.
Well, we have high school first.
Oh no, he fell. Well, he graduated.
Oh, you're saying the films. I thought you were talking about
We're in the future.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So I have two thoughts on that. I think that, to me, what both of you guys are saying is very valid. What I'm saying is that the Avengers are broken up at the beginning of Spider-Man, the very first Spider-Man film.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So to the Vulture, the Avengers are irrelevant. There's no more Avengers. I'm just getting Avengers stuff. So whether that universe is the same or not is irrelevant, because the Avengers aren't going to make a play because they're broken up. So I'm only dealing with Spider-Man. If I'm the Vulture, I'm dealing with Spider-Man. If I'm Venom, I'm concerned with Spider-Man. If I'm Morbius, I'm concerned with Spider-Man.
Okay.
The real problem is Morbius in the same universe as Venom, or is he in the MCU?
There you go. That's another question.
That's the real question.
Yeah.
Is Morbius with Venom, or is he
we
in
got
the
that
MCU?
trailer though. We got that trailer, that previous trailer to this one where he does that. I am Venom. No, I'm sorry. I'm Dr. Morbius. How are you doing?
Yeah.
I think he's in the Venom universe. That's my final guess.
I think he's in the Venom universe. So
because Sony's building their villains or their anti-heroes universe.
That's right.
And I don't think Kevin Feige's like, yeah, Morbius.
Right.
Let's do it. Let's
Right.
do it. Like, I mean, I could be wrong, but I just think they have other things to worry about. I think that Marvel or MCU Disney pleased Sony by bringing in Doctor Strange to open up their multiverse.
Yes.
Like the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
And then now Disney's like, okay, we're going to do our own multiverse to bring in Fox.
I agree.
Yeah.
So it's like, this is Sony's
So
Spider-Man. And then this is Fox and Disney Marvel.
So I think people who didn't like the Eternals, I think the Eternals is going to be the tie-in along with Doctor Strange. Because at the end of the Eternals, Alsham, I can't think his name. Alsham, is that his name? He says, we're going to see if these humans are worthy of your protection. And he comes down and he takes the other Eternals away. So we're going to see if they're worthy of your protection. And I didn't think about it at the time until like probably this past weekend. And I may or may have not been drunk.
Okay.
But I was like, that sounds like a Secret Wars thing. We're going to see who's worthy of your protection. That's very much Secret Wars. That's very much something a Celestial would be able to do. I want to see Madam Web and all this other stuff, but that's very much something Arsham, that's his name, he's capable of putting together. Like, we'll see who's worthy. I think we're definitely headed towards Secret Wars, and I think all these movies are going to play a part. And so I'm not too worried about what universe each one is in right now. I think there's going to be a universal battle to see which one is worthy.
I agree. Shout out to Joy Franchise is joining us via telephone on the way here to the studios. How you doing, sir?
Not bad, bro. How you guys doing?
Not bad. Yeah. Well, we just ran through Fantastic Beasts, the Secrets of Dumbledore trailer. Did you check it out?
I didn't get a chance to check it out.
Okay.
But I have been hearing a lot of things about it. I've been caught up on some of the Fantastic Beasts previous movies. So yeah, I think it should be pretty shit. They've been pretty solid.
Yeah, man.
So
I'm gonna
I
check it
definitely
out as
got to
well.
tap in with the trailer though.
Check it out whenever you get a chance. And then we also had the what we're talking about right now is the final trailer of Morbius, and we are discussing where exactly Morbius sits as far as the MCU and the Venom verse. Because of the end, they have obviously Vulture, and we got a lot more of that character in the final trailer here. So
Yeah.
what do you think?
I'm curious to know what universe this is in, because I understand, like, with Far From Home, cracking open the multiverse, that anything's pretty much possible. But it just kind of feels all over the place. Like, are we in Tobey Maguire's universe? Are we in
I don't know. We don't know. That's
Andrew
that's my.
Garfield's? Are we in? I don't know. It's really confusing, and not for nothing, it's making me dislike the movie because of it. Because
okay.
the MCU, the MCU did something really cool. Like they corrected every fuck up that was made, with the previous Spider-Man sequels. Spider-Man 3 with Tobey and Amazing Spider-Man 2. So they righted the ship. All right, and then you got Morbius, who's just like, judging by the trailers, is just
I'm
all
here.
over the place.
Still here. Haven't come out yet.
Yeah, and here's the thing, like, all due respect to Morbius, I understand the character. I loved watching him on the show back, growing up as a kid in the '90s with Fox.
The '90s, the '90s show, yeah. He was important to that cartoon.
Yeah, the story's the story's compelling. You can integrate Blade with that. You can tell the vampire tales now through the MCU because of Morbius. That's cool. But let's not they're making this out to be bigger than really what it is, in my opinion. Like, I don't think Jared Leto's star power is bigger than Morbius's character.
We're gonna get boner, do you think? Huh? We're gonna get
I don't know, man.
It's not what we thought it was.
Here's the thing, I had high expectations for Jared Leto's Joker when Suicide Squad was coming out, and that didn't pan out right. So I'm kind of taking this situation with a grain of salt. Still gonna see the movie, but I'm not buying the story they're trying to tell or sell with this trailer. It's just not moving me. And I'm seeing the same scenes over and over again, which either you're hiding something.
You're gonna get Venom 2
for a big reveal.
A Venom 2 disappointment? You think so?
I don't know. Possibly, man. My thing with Sony is you're trying to create your Spideyverse with all these rogue gallery guys. But come on, man. MCU's got a nice formula they got going on. They, help bring the character your beloved character to where he needed to be, and now, fans want more. We want to see more Spider-Man. We want Spider-Man teaming up with so-and-so. We want to see more of Tom Holland. We want to see all these other guys come in now to Tom Holland's universe. So it's like, bro, just work with MCU. Work with Feige on this. Stop doing the most.
Well, Joey, I hear you, and I think sometimes the problem is films get greenlit 4 years before they're made. And it's like we've locked in actors and producers and writers and cast 4 years before the landscape changed. And I think the film industry has to catch up and say, the landscape changes fast. Because when we were reviewing years ago, X-Men Apocalypse? No, it was X-Men Dark Phoenix. Dark Phoenix, yeah. I was about to say, it was we weren't around for Apocalypse yet. They had to change their ending because of what the ending of Captain Marvel was. And it was just too similar. And it's we got to move things now because things are coming out so fast and there's so much content. I'm with you, though. I think that we talked about it earlier, y'all got to figure out, you can't have fans, fans are always going to speculate on what universe it is, what's going to happen, what this means. I have no clue where Morbius is. I'm with Michaela. I think Morbius is in the Sony Spider-Man universe. I think that universe is Andrew Garfield. I think. I don't know. It's not.
Well, now that he did such a good job.
Yeah, we don't know yet.
Yeah, and I think that most of the studios are like money grab. Oh, y'all want to see Andrew Garfield? We'll find a way to make it work. So we'll drop.
We'll make the monkey dance.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Say your thought.
Crazy thing with
I don't know.
the crazy thing, real quick, the crazy thing with the promo now, like you look at the poster for Morbius and it's like Marvel's next legend and this and the third. I'm like, I mean, Morbius is cool, but it's like, are we really considering him a
They're
Marvel
gonna pop him in
legend?
MCU. Yeah, they're gonna pop him in the MCU.
Blade should be the next legend, but I think they do. I think they do Morbius.
What's gonna happen is they're gonna do this. The Midnight Suns. They're gonna do the Midnight Suns. They're gonna bring Morbius. They're gonna have him with Blade and all that stuff.
I don't even know why they're doing Moon Knight. Like I don't even know why they're doing. That. I think they got a big star attached to Moon Knight.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I think Moon Knight is just, pleasing the Disney Plus universe.
Yeah.
No,
and I don't say as like a different universe.
You don't
but
attach
it's
a big star to that as a company. You don't attach a big star to that if you don't have more plans down the road with that character.
I feel like Moon Knight's going to be the Disney Plus solo.
Fair enough.
I think that you do Moon Knight when you can get a big star attached. So I think when Oscar Isaac says, "Oh, I would love to play Moon Knight." Okay.
I don't think Kevin Feige's like, oh my God, if an actor says they want to do it, I'm going to put him in the role.
That's a good point.
I think he's like, well, I decide, and if I don't think that you're good, then that's it.
Well,
and to be honest, the MCU is known for putting people in roles because they can pay them less.
Yeah.
Like they make the star power. Like they want you, and this is why it's very interesting that they have Oscar Isaac as Moon Knight because, and maybe it is correct. Maybe you're right. Maybe they were like, oh, he wants to play Moon Knight.
Multi-movie deal, I'm sure.
That's why I'm so shocked about it because you can't tell me you knew Anthony Mackie very well before being in. You can't say.
Sure, he battled Eminem
Can you?
in 8 Mile, bro.
I did.
Other than but not enough to be like. But now you think of him. But now you think of him and you think of Falcon, right? So then also with all the other actors like Chris Hemsworth, you think of Thor.
That's true.
They want Marvel and Disney, well, mostly Kevin Feige. They want these actors that know how to act, that they could bring them in for less money, sign them onto a couple movie deals at that rate, and then when they become big stars, then they'll start paying them more. But that's why it's so interesting that Oscar Isaac is Moon Knight.
Well, that's an interesting point because one of the things we remember there was two War Machines. So there's Don Cheadle, and we know Don Cheadle now is War Machine. And there was I forgot his name. You just said his name, Joey. I think
he did.
The guy from Empire.
Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard, yeah. Well, Terrence Howard, from my understanding, was like, I'm an Oscar winner, or I've been in an Oscar-nominated film, and I deserve more money. And they were like, no.
Peace out.
No, you're a fucking War Machine.
Yeah.
You are what we say you are.
You're War Machine, and and Don
all
Cheadle
that
stepped into War
other shit is
Machine.
irrelevant.
Yeah, and then when Don Cheadle said, he's one of my favorite actors. I seen him in an interview, and he was like, I was hesitant to sign on for a role for 6 or 7 years. He said, because I'm an actor, so I want to grow and do different things. Right. And Kevin Feige's credit, Kevin Feige had a plan. It's like, you're not going to just be War Machine. You're not just going to be, different strokes black dude who hangs out with Tony.
Right. You got some acting to do.
You're going to be more. And
you're going to grow.
And he did grow.
Yeah.
And Anthony Mackie, I knew Anthony Mackie from Spike Lee movies.
And
of course.
He's going to have his own show. He's going to have his own show called Armor Wars. So that's going to be exciting.
watch them grow. So they do a great job of casting. But I think you're right, Michaela. They cast with let's cast a great actor who's willing to commit to it instead of casting a mediocre actor who wants money.
Right.
and
because to be honest,
but
they've got. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Joy.
it goes to no, you good. It goes to like when they got Robert Downey. Robert Downey couldn't get a gig anywhere because of all the legal issues he was having, all the personal stuff he was going through. Like it was hard for him to really land a gig, and this happened to fall in his lap, and it just so happens like it panned out, and he bet on himself and bet on the character, and like Robert Downey Jr. doesn't probably have to do anything for the rest of his life because of Iron Man.
No.
he did that one Dr. Dolittle, and that was
Yeah. You're right. He did
And
do
that was
Dr.
the
Dolittle.
shit,
I
like,
forgot
yeah.
about it. Well, he also has
I mean,
Sherlock
okay.
Holmes.
No. But you're right. You're right. He
Holmes
doesn't need to really
That
have to
was
like
cool.
push it. He didn't
Yeah.
really have to push it because he's Iron Man.
I like the-
he's like.
Go ahead.
I like the Sherlock Holmes series. Let me just say that.
Yeah, me
I
too.
like him in
I like
Sherlock
Sherlock
Holmes.
Holmes. I hope he comes
It's
back
the
for another one.
movie.
Yeah. I like him.
No,
in the movie.
you're thinking of the Benedict Cumberbatch.
No. I'm
Show.
talking
No,
about
I'm
the
talking
movie.
about the movies. He did 3 Sherlock Holmes
Oh, I
movies.
thought you
Yeah,
said.
he was
Oh, I thought you meant the show.
No, I'm
You
talking
said
about the
series,
movies.
so.
I like him in the Sherlock Holmes movies, but he would never gotten those movies without Iron Man. So,
With
I don't
Iron
know.
Man, yeah,
I think
he couldn't get those
I
things.
think they don't know. I think they don't know. What Brian is saying, I think that it's like Sony wants to do their thing, and they kind of want to be independent because they're Sony and they're such a big company that they're like, we're not going to be beholden to Disney. Like, yo, fuck them. They're not going to tell us what to do.
Yeah.
But they also
Right.
want to capitalize on the characters they have. And the bad thing is that Marvel, so many years ago, we all know this, had to parcel out all their characters. So now it's like, this is so big. It's such a big universe that we got to find a way to bring them back in. And now you're dealing with 4 or 5 multinational corporations trying to figure out creatively how to work together. And that's the problem. I think
Well,
they're
now
gonna
it's
figure it
just-
out. I
it's
think
just Sony.
Secret Wars is the answer.
Yeah.
I just don't know how they're going to pull it off.
Somehow they always do.
They will.
Yeah.
They will, but that's without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, what everyone is here for, waiting patiently, Mr. Tarek Lewis's spoiler-free review of Matt Reeves' The Batman. I'm gonna shut off the background music here.
Saw it. Wow.
Yes.
I did see it. Yeah, trash.
So he's
I'm gonna
like,
make-
wow.
look,
Trash, complete trash.
I'm gonna
terrible.
make,
Wow.
I'm gonna make, look. All the focus is on Tarek. See? Look at
Do I need to expound on? It was trash. It was complete. It was absolutely terrible.
Come on, bro.
It was
You're
absolutely
lying.
terrible.
Are you lying?
I'm lying.
I'm gonna cry.
I'm lying. Okay.
You gotta be
Okay.
lying, dog.
So I am lying. I'm lying.
Like opposite
Warner Brothers,
day.
don't be mad at me, okay? Okay.
It's not complete opposite though. It was a great film, not a great movie. I don't know how to explain that, except that the performances were great. The intrigue was great. The anticipation, the twists and turns were great. But at a certain point in the film, it felt like, man, I haven't seen a whole lot of Batman.
Wow.
You know, like, wait a minute,
Wow.
I'm in a Batman movie. I haven't seen a whole lot of Batman. And I think the movie is based off of Batman Year 2.
Okay.
It reminded me of Batman Year 1, and I haven't read or seen Batman Year 2. But they say in the beginning, big spoiler, it's not a big spoiler. He's like, this is my second year of being Batman. And it's like, oh, okay. And it's a lot of character development that's interesting. And the idea of Batman is so great in this. Like, it starts off, and this is idea of Batman. Like, you see criminals like, let me not do this just in case the Batman shows up. You know, like you see low-level criminal like, just in case the Batman shows up. And the psychology of why Bruce Wayne becomes Batman is excellent. I don't think we've ever seen a depiction of why he's Batman. And what people don't like about Robert Pattinson, this brooding Twilight thing, works for whatever reason. It works for Bruce Wayne. It's like, yo,
Wow.
this is the orphan. The dude, he watched his parents killed in front of him. he's going to be this brooding, dark person who doesn't come out a lot. And for some reason, it works for him. And it's a good film. I recently watched Nightmare Alley, and I was like, yo, this is a good movie. This Batman movie is closer to Nightmare Alley than it is to Justice League. It's not an action film. It's not
more like it's more like a detective story. Like
it's not like we get more detective. Yeah.
Yeah, it's L.A. Confidential.
This is where we get to actually see that.
Go ahead,
we
Joey.
get to see Detective Batman really.
Yeah.
We get to see Batman being the greatest superhero detective.
Yes. Yeah. Right. It's L.A. Confidential. It's like okay. I want to know what's going to happen. What's going on? But it's not a lot of action. It's not a lot of Batman fighting people. It's not what I think they miss is Batman being 2 steps ahead of everybody. But at the same time,
it's the second year of
Batman year 2.
Yeah.
So he's only getting 2 steps ahead of everybody because he's been through the experience. So
can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
How do you compare it to the Batman Begins? Not that I should compare it, but I want to know.
It's a good comparison.
What you think? Because everyone's saying, "Oh, The Dark Knight," but I'm like, let's be honest. If this is the first movie out of 3, let's say they do 3. Let's say they do 3 Matt Reeves the Batman movies. Mm-hmm. And this is technically like Batman Begins.
It's better as a film than Batman Begins.
Okay. I
get more insight to Batman from this film than probably any other film.
Nice.
Like I'm like, okay, I understand why Bruce Wayne became Batman. You know what I mean? Like I get it. It's like Batman at the level that Green Arrow was at when he decided to become Green Arrow. And you're like, okay, so this guy is doing this for Gotham. What happens when Superman, like I thought at the end of the film, I was like, so what happens when Superman gets introduced? He's probably like, yo, what the fuck?
Maybe this is not that kind of universe, you know?
He's like, yo, I got this figured out.
Matt Reeves said he doesn't. Matt Reeves doesn't want Superman in his universe.
He can't be in this universe because this Batman is so grounded where he's like, well, I'm doing this for a reason. And when you start introducing like manhunters and people with speed, yeah, you would be like, yo, I gotta kill that dude. That's a danger. So it lends itself to that. But I think that there are going to be casual Batman fans who are like, well, Batman can beat everybody in a fight, who won't like this movie. But it's a good film. It's like I would watch it again. I would put on Batman if I was at home lonely one night and I was like, I want to watch a good film. I would throw on this Batman movie.
Wow. Okay.
But you don't think it's a great film?
I think it's a good film, not a great movie. It's not Avengers Civil War. It's not Avengers. It's not. It's film noir detective. Who's the real villain? Character depth film. It's one of those.
Okay, so 1 to 10, what do you rank it?
I'm gonna go 7.
Ooh.
7.
I'm 7, but I'm really close to 8. And if I think on it more, I might be 8. When I walked out, I was like 5. This is bullshit. I want to see Batman be a ninja. You know what I mean? I was like, I want to see Batman, like, you know, dropping from buildings and using all the gadgets. All that gadgets and stuff, that's not in there. Although the Batmobile is cool. The Batmobile is very cool. I will say this. Penguin steals the show, to me.
Colin.
Completely forgot that was Colin Farrell. Completely forgot it was him. Was like, oh, the Penguin is a legit villain. You know, no one fears someone who's 4'5". You know.
Right.
Not since I was a kid have I been like afraid of someone who's 4'5". The Penguin is a legit villain, and it's like, yo, okay, he's dangerous. Like, he's dangerous. I see why he's dangerous. Catwoman, who, you know, they never refer to her as Catwoman. You get why. I will say this: they get their relationship. It's like, oh, that relationship makes sense. You know, it makes sense in the cartoons and whatever, but it's like, oh, that really makes sense. That, like, I get that. I get it. And the Riddler, you understand why. It gives more credence to Batman's villains than other things do. Because Batman's villains seem ridiculous in other worlds. You're like, this dude's wearing a green suit with like question marks on it, and it's like, Batman, riddle me this, Batman. Nah, it's like, that's dumb. Now you're like, oh, this dude's a terrorist. Like, this dude's a terrorist. You can't punch the Riddler. He's a terrorist. He's setting up bombs around the place. He's killing people. Yeah. I walked out of there saying, like, Superman couldn't beat Riddler. You know what I'm saying?
It's not a physical thing.
It's not. You can't punch your way through that. You can't just. Superman can't beat Riddler because Riddler has set up things, you know, 3 or 4 months in advance. It's 7. It's like 7. It's like putting Batman in the middle of 7.
Yeah.
Movie 7. Okay. So if you like that, you're gonna like
great movie. Great film.
7's a great film. It's like that. It's the villain is. It's 2 steps ahead.
I did hear that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you a quick question.
We had 7 vibes.
Yeah.
I want to ask you a quick question. So you gave an overall score, but what do you give a score of 1 to 10 on acting?
Oh man, a 9.
A 9. Oh wow. What about directing? 1 to 10.
8.5, 9.
Story.
8.
Visual effects.
Oof. 9.
We're giving Oscar.
Man,
Well,
this is the longest review I think we've ever done.
9. Listen,
I want to know.
I give it a 9. I just don't think it's a Batman film. I don't think it's what people are going to want from a Batman film.
So with all these 9s and 8.5s, and how did you just land at 7? Do you just prefer you Batman?
He gave it a curve, you know.
That's why I'm confused.
He gave it he weighted it down like our ratings,
average.
you know.
What it lacked is action, and what it lacks is Batman.
He weighted it down like
okay. So action.
Like
what is
does.
the 1 to 10?
Like Nielsen does.
When there is action, it's a 7.
Okay.
But overall, the amount of action and
7.
how good it is.
7.
7. Even this. Okay.
Yeah, the fight scenes aren't great. I don't like that. You know, you can see in the trailer, like, he's a little too bulletproof for me. And in my mind, Batman's not bulletproof. He's a little too bulletproof for me.
Yeah.
Really? I feel like in every Batman film, he's like super bulletproof. It's like, how did he survive that?
I mean, he's taking like high caliber, like, I'm like, yo.
Falls. Like, this guy is.
He doesn't fall. Like, he takes machine fire on the armor, and he just takes it. You can see in the armor why he takes it. Not enough ninja, I'm the best fighter in the world, Batman, for me.
Okay.
But the detective intrigue, why he's Batman, who Bruce Wayne is versus Batman, Alfred's great. Catwoman, why she does what she does, why she's a badass, and the Riddler and the villains are top notch.
Nice.
The only problem
Blink
with the film
once
is
the
Batman.
Joker shows up. Blink twice if the Joker shows up. Just kidding. Don't do that.
Firefly is in this one. Firefly is in it. So yeah, nah, it's
So the final score, Mr. Terraclus, the final score.
I'm gonna go. Did I say 7? I said 7.
Yeah, you said 7.
We said 7, and we weighed you back to 7.5 because
We said,
yeah.
I'm gonna go 7. I was just saying from 7.5. I just think that a lot of people aren't gonna like it. I don't think that means it's bad.
dumb. Just kidding.
I don't think that means it's bad. I just think a lot of people aren't going to like it.
Okay.
Because they want like the Joker like putting the pencil down and like slamming someone's head, just like the Dark
They want
Knight.
Batman. Yeah, they want.
They want to be gory and
breaking through a wall in the Batmobile. The Batmobile's ill by the way.
Mm-hmm.
But you can see he says year 2. So I would just not a big spoiler, but I would say in the beginning, he's like the idea. He says in the middle monologue, the idea of the Batman has spread. And then they show some criminals like about to do something, but they hear something in the dark, and they're like, "Let's not do that." It's probably the fucking Batman because he operates in the shadows. So let's not do that. And that part, I was like, "Yo, I'm so hyped." So I was hyped in the beginning, but I didn't get enough Batman to fulfill that hype.
Okay,
but
I'm actually kind of hyped.
I'm really excited.
I'm kind of hyped to see it, you know, because I'm a big Batman person. So, you know, I'm open to a refreshing take on Batman. So
imagine when you were watching. I felt this way in Spider-Man, Far From Home. At the end, when he's fighting Mysterio. Yeah. And he's like, "I'm going to use the Spidey senses." When he finally used the Spidey senses, all the powers. Yeah. Like Spider, you know, what we know Spider-Man for, it was like, yo, that's great. You only get about 1 or 2 moments in the Batman film where you're like, that's Batman. And that's why he's dope. The rest of the stuff is detective. It's Batman the detective.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. You say it's very similar to like the long Halloween storyline, or they use little elements from it?
It's it's mostly closely similar to Hush. Okay. But apparently there's a Batman Year 2 comic book that I didn't know about. I knew about Batman Year 1.
There is a Year 2. I think Year 2, I think he fights there's a guy with a sickle. Yeah, it's an older vigilante with a sickle. He looks like a hooded guy with a sickle.
Yes, but no one cares about that.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, nobody cares about it.
So that's my.
When are you watching it?
But I was saying this when I was walking out. The other reviewers were like, I was like, I'm a little underwhelmed, and the other reviewers were like, excellence. They nailed everything, and I was like, oh, am I off base? And they gave
I don't know. I be thinking Terry be off sometimes. I'll be honest with you, yo.
He liked Mortal Kombat. Everybody, just take everything with a grain of salt.
I didn't dislike Mortal Kombat. I didn't dislike it.
It's supposed to be trash. It's not supposed to be good.
Yeah.
What's a movie we talked about this before? I always put you on the spot for this. What is a popular movie everyone loves in like the MCU or DC universe that you're like, no?
I was not crazy. I was not crazy about Endgame.
About Endgame?
Okay, Endgame is I'm with you on that. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm with you on there. Wow. Infinity War is like the top for me.
Not crazy about Endgame. And I watch Endgame. I watch Endgame.
I could watch Endgame in the background every day of my life.
I can watch Endgame in the background. But like the level of where people were like, we got everything we wanted. I was like, hey, you didn't think it was kind of corny?
Especially that ending, man. If you didn't feel a little misty-eyed at the ending of Captain America's arc.
But the thing is, we did this show and we knew somebody was gonna die, and then we spent a year, pontificating on who was gonna die, and I was like, probably Tony. So when Tony dies, I'm like, gotcha. And I moved on with my life. I was like, all right.
No, but I know you're talking about that. I'm talking about the Captain America arc. Steve's arc. No, not the hammer.
No, he got old. He got old with his lover.
Oh, that's cool. That's
Sharon.
Cool.
Not Sharon. I said Sharon. How dare I me?
That's a great ending.
It is a great ending. But him holding the hammer and No,
that was extra. But
this is lame. And that's America's love story ass. And going back in time, I'm like, after Infinity War, it suffers from coming after Infinity. Like after Infinity War, this is who cares?
cares?
We knew this was gonna happen.
Don't bring him back. Don't bring him back. It's fine.
Yeah, like
we'll get something back in
we were gonna bring
Secret
them all
Wars or
back.
something.
People were like, "Oh my God, Infinity War! We lost Spider-Man. They did the snap," and I'm like, "He's got a whole 2 movies planned. The fuck you crying for?" We know there's a whole 2 movies planned already. Like, what are you talking about? Like, there's another Thor movie planned. Like, what are you crying for? Like,
Yeah.
stop being so Endgame.
But people don't follow things like we do, Tarek.
Yeah, they do.
Regular Joes don't follow things like we do.
They knew Spider-Man was coming out with another movie.
Yeah, but they wanted to know how everything was going to come, how they're going to come back.
Yeah, they don't understand.
Tarek.
Come on, Tarek.
Going back in time, dog. It was fun, dog. I enjoyed the film, but I'm like, all right. And I will say this too: Civil War does not age well.
What?
Oh, man, I need to rewatch Civil War. Okay.
Civil War doesn't age well when you put it up against Infinity War.
Yeah, but it's not supposed to be compared. It's just linear.
Yeah.
Is it?
I don't think it's supposed to be compared. I think it's just bring the story forward.
But talking about finale, ladies and gentlemen, before we get ahead of ourselves, as I know Joey's got to pop it to work. The finale of Peacemaker, dividing DC fans everywhere. How do you feel, Tarek?
Everything I wanted. I don't know.
Everything you wanted, yeah. I enjoyed the ugly cow.
I
thought it was great.
It's Peacemaker.
Yeah, it was fun. I laughed.
If you were alive for 2019, when have you ever heard of Peacemaker?
Never.
So what are your expectations? It's
none.
Peacemaker.
I had none. I remember I wanted to hate it, but I just laughed.
It's Peacemaker.
Every episode. Every episode I found something to laugh about.
It's The Office with violence.
Yeah. Joey, did you check out the finale, Peacemaker?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was really dope. The ending, the very ending where the Justice League pull up, that was pretty awesome.
So we're gonna get into that a little bit because it's got a little level of contention with the Snyder crazies out there.
Crazies.
The Snyder crazies, yeah.
I mean, they had, at some point they had to kind of connect everything together. At some point, it's kind of, this is where it gets kind of goofy to me, where it's like,
okay,
I love James Gunn's genius with Suicide Squad. I thought it was phenomenal. I thought it was definitely a pick me up from where they left off before, and retelling the story. And as you know, James Gunn's genius in his own right.
Mm-hmm. What happened? Did we lose him?
I think we lost him.
Well, we lost Michaela. What happened to your camera?
The
Snyderverse got you? The Snyder fans hacked your phone? Did your phone die or something?
No, I dropped my phone.
They snap you out. They snapped her.
They snapped Joey.
No, I just dropped my phone.
Snap Joey. That's what happened.
I just dropped my phone.
Oh, okay. Right,
But I was gonna say something. I didn't watch Peacemaker, but I did know what the
spoiler. What did your husband say?
He loved it. He's like, you need to watch it. And he's like, a
okay.
great thing happens at the end. And I said,
okay.
Tell me. And he's like, no, because I'm going to spoil it. And I said, I don't care if you spoil it because now you just told me, so I'm going to go Google it.
Oh, wow.
And he's like, fine. So I'd rather you hear it from me. So then he told me what happened. But if you call Snyderverse crazies, and you're calling my husband a crazy because he is obsessed.
I mean, I like Snyderverse.
I'm not saying,
I am go restore the. I am for restore the Snyderverse. Okay, don't get don't get it twisted. Okay, but
I did see. I did hear about Ezra Miller and Jason.
Yeah, people were saying that the fucking fish was disrespectful to the Aquaman character. How do you feel about that, Tarek?
The people need to get it's a fictional character.
They said it was disrespectful. Disrespectful to
Jason Momoa, it's of Samoan descent, of strong warrior class, agreed to do that, thinking it was this is going to embarrass me.
Did y'all hear what I was saying? My bad.
They're saying, first off, among a bunch of problems that they had with the finale, that the line, the fucking fish line, that was a running joke in the whole show, right?
Yeah,
it was a running joke in the whole show.
Even though I didn't see it, I know.
So that, I mean,
all over the internet.
That's how a punchline works, right, Tarek Lewis?
Yeah.
Right? You go back to it, right? And
that's me.
You
I'm
get a
not
chuckle
very
out of it, right? Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm just trying to figure out, okay, why is this line at the end of it, right? And that why we got this payoff for that line, right?
They did great with callbacks that entire show.
Yeah.
They did great with like Peacemaker saying about random superheroes. Green Arrow was a fucking dick. Like they did great with saying stuff like that.
Sorry, the show made me laugh.
And they're like, yeah, you met Green Arrow? Like, yeah, he's a complete, like they did great with that. So it's Peacemaker. Like I don't know what people expected. I don't know if people were like, I'm gonna watch Peacemaker.
It's the DC people, man. They're just a little sensitive right now. It's okay.
Yeah, they want to be Marvel so bad, but you can't. Like you gotta crawl your way there.
Joey, wait, do you feel disrespect for Aquaman for his for the fish line? Huh? Joey, he must be doing radio things.
I do have to say that if you are listening and you haven't watched Peacemaker like me, this did make me kind of want to go back and watch it, because I know that I had said in a previous episode, and I agreed with Tarek, where it's like, these butterfly thing is going on.
Yeah.
But the Justice League are not getting involved.
Right. But then they do.
But then they do. So then it's like, okay, so they're showing that the Justice League finally gets around to it.
And then the other line of contention is that they felt that was disrespectful that they didn't have Henry Cavill and.
Yes, I always think it's disrespectful when they do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, those are big budgets.
Yeah, I mean,
right. It's a good point.
No, I mean,
Superman and Wonder Woman.
Actors got schedules, man. Maybe they're just too busy. Maybe they couldn't make maybe they wanted to do it. We don't know what the deal was.
I'm just glad it was silhouettes versus them showing their faces.
Yeah.
It's just the same thing with Shazam.
Right. Yeah. It was just body.
Superman shows up, but you only see the body.
Right.
But we know that that's Henry Cavill Superman. Like, we know it is, because in both Shazam and in now Peacemaker, Jason Momoa and Ezra Miller play, the characters that are in the Snyderverse, technically.
Right.
And the Superman that's in the Snyderverse is Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
I think Henry Cavill is a secret cast in the upcoming Flash movie, but that's just me.
Well, I don't think Warner Brothers. I mean, I don't think they. Budge.
I think more Black Adam.
I'll take that too.
I think they did a good job of doing that. Like without, it didn't upset me at all that I couldn't see Henry Cavill's face, or it looked so much like them, just their silhouettes and images and shadows, wherever. That it was like, that's cool. And then I only needed that one punchline, and I'm like, that's good writing. That's good. That's good writing around. We don't have everybody. How can we make this look good? Right. So
apparently he wanted more. He wanted the whole, do the whole thing. You know what I mean?
Who's that?
I guess James Gunn. I guess he really wanted the whole cast.
Yeah. What's weird is that, like, even though he doesn't have a lot of movies, Henry Cavill is becoming Superman to me. Like,
too late.
He's becoming like my Superman.
Right.
Like, I know Christopher Reeve, but like he's, it's almost going to be hard to replace him if they choose to replace him. So
the last thing about that final scene is actually an actor who I guess actually filmed some stand-in for, he was the Batman stand-in for that Justice League scene. He posted on his Instagram page with the outfit on. He's like, "Hey man, it was a great experience. Kind of sucks that I got cut out. You're gonna have to ask James Gunn and Warner Brothers why that happened."
He said him and Cyborg.
Yeah, him and Cyborg got cut out. There you go. How about that?
I'm glad they did, because if it's not Ben Affleck, then it's not Ray Fisher. Then I don't want to see it.
Maybe that's why
I don't-
they decided, we're not going to do that.
Yeah, because maybe they filmed it and then they were like, oh, with all the drama with happening, with the Warner Brothers and on the set of Justice League and all that, then it's like, don't put them in.
What do you think, Derek?
I didn't even notice.
No, it goes done in a way.
I was like, it's some members of the Justice League, and I didn't even notice.
No, how would you have felt? Now thinking of the opposite, how would you have felt if you saw them, and you saw them say a line, and it wasn't the actors that were in the Snyderverse?
I'd rather them not show them at all.
Exactly. Yeah. Same. I'm with you.
I just show the actors you can, because I knew that was Superman, I knew that was Wonder Woman, and I didn't have to see them. And I actually, because it's a comedy, I thought it was funny. I thought it was funny that these are the only two actors we got. And I found it funny. I found it added to the theme of the show of like, where's the Justice League? Like, call the Justice League. And, Peacemaker saying those guys are dicks. Like, I thought it added to it not showing them. And I didn't need to see them, to be honest.
Fair enough. What do you think, Joey? Are you hear us?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. What do you think about all this Peacemaker finale drama?
I think we need to just let it go. I mean, Peacemaker was good. They hit lightning in a bottle with John Cena. So, I mean, they're greenlit for another season. We know it's all canon out to the DCU. So, I mean, just let it go. I mean, at this point, we got another Batman movie that doesn't even exist in anything that's going on right now.
Yeah.
It's on its own. DC's got their way of doing things. Marvel got theirs. And when it's good, it's good. And when it's bad, I mean, shit, we'll tell them.
I think they just need to make up their minds. That's what I'm part of, I guess, the crazy Snyderverse fans. That's like, they need to make up their minds. If you, with all due respect, it's like, I understand it's just like Peacemaker, and it's like, we didn't really expect anything from this because it's just John Cena playing a character that James Gunn is just bringing to life that we knew not too much about. But once you start to show that it is part of the DCU, you are messing with the timeline. Do you want to keep your fans or not? It's like, make a decision, DC.
I think they are making a decision by
are they really? Because
it
now they're like pretty much booted out Ray Fisher. We don't know what's going on with Henry Cavill. Ben Affleck has pretty much said sayonara, and then you're making another. You have another Aquaman coming out. You have the Flash coming out, and it's like, what in the heck is going on here?
Back at him. Like, where does that fit in?
What is going on? It's like, are you confusing people?
They have to resign. In my opinion, they have to resign Henry Cavill. They can get away without Ben Affleck.
He's coming back.
You think he's coming back?
Yeah, they got to do Ben Affleck.
Yeah, Henry Cavill thinks all stick.
So, do you think, going back to the Batman, Tarek, do you think that in a crazy movie world that we live in, do you think that this early telling of Batman could be associated, if they really wanted to make it work, to be this early version of our Ben Affleck Batman?
He just said that Superman wouldn't exist in that universe.
I'm saying, but he doesn't exist now. But
No.
Or like Joey said.
No,
Matt Reeves doesn't want him.
I think that Batman, like I said, I think it's Batman year 2. The problem is that it's set technologically in the present day. A lot of it.
I see.
There's a lot of internet stuff, which is fine. Internet's been around for I'm not that old.
Yeah, you used to have AOL, right? Dial up.
So
good.
Yeah. So I think it actually makes a lot of sense to the Ben Affleck Batman who wanted to kill Superman from this Batman. I think there's a lot of it that makes sense.
Look at that.
You understand? And that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that you dropping like, I'm doing all this and I'm getting the city to where it needs to be, and then you drop in people who can fly and people, with superhuman strength and people with super speed is like
from a different planet.
But that's what the Batman versus Superman. That's what made it blow his mind. Like, look at these people, superpowered, destroying this whole city. I gotta do something.
And I can see from this film, and I'm not trying to spoil, but from this film, I can see him saying, "Okay, this happened in this movie. What can I do better? This is the story of Batman. What can I do better? Okay, this happened. This occurred. What can I do better? What can I do better?" And by the time he's at a point where Superman's coming in, it's like, look where I am, and now I got to do even better. So you can see it's a story of like how the Batmobile progresses. Like, okay, maybe I need a bat plane. Because maybe I need a plane because this just getting out of hand. You know, and like having this Camaro is not enough. So you can see, even in the film, you can see his growth and say, I need to be more. Okay, I need to do this more. I need to do this better. So from that period to where, the Justice League, it makes absolute sense. That's the beauty of the movie to me. It's like, it makes absolute sense why he goes where he goes.
Okay. I'm a little more excited about Batman. Let's see.
It's not about the Batman we know. It's about how the Batman we know became that way.
Okay.
Or the new Batman.
Yeah.
Or the new Batman, right.
Right.
But you can see this guy being Ben Affleck. Like, it's weird. You're like, I can see Robert Pattinson becoming Ben Affleck. Yeah, if he was 44.
Yeah, sure.
This is what he would be like, So, in that essence, yeah.
Interesting. That's an interesting take. But last but not least, of course, anybody else wants to bring up anything that I'm forgetting, but I know our Super Bowl talk, we didn't talk about the Lord of the Rings trailer that dropped. This prequel show, apparently, it's going to be on Amazon. I'm on the fence about it as well, so I don't know. What do you think, Tarek?
Trash.
You think trash? Yeah.
What the fuck are we doing? Listen, I'm all about representation.
I know the Tolkien fans are kind of upset about it. I've seen them. They've been raging.
You just all of a sudden throwing in black elves in Middle Earth. You know how hard black people have it in regular Earth. Now we're in Middle Earth. It's just dragons and trolls and black people. Where do we fit? Are we above trolls or beneath them? I need to know. There's no black rangers. There's no black dwarves. Just black elves. They don't placate to me, cuz. Don't tell me all these black people on the Middle Earth were elves.
Yeah.
Full of regular black people out there just working in pubs. I don't know.
What if it's good? What if it's good, Tarek?
I seriously doubt it. I don't think anyone wants to know. I don't think anyone wants to know what happened before the Lord of the Rings.
Oh, dang.
We already have The Hobbit.
Yeah.
Right.
There you go.
We have Lord of the Rings.
I was saying that I haven't even finished watching The Hobbit yet.
Who wants to know?
I haven't even finished watching.
Who wants to know where the elves come from? No one's thinking that. No one's thinking.
Well, I guess apparently we're gonna get it.
We're gonna get it, but like, what are elves' social life like? No one's thinking of that. Lord of the Rings, the Return of the King was, I think, 17 hours long.
Yeah.
We got it. We got the story. Leave us the fuck alone. But I'm also
I have to watch. I haven't even finished The Hobbit yet.
I'm gonna watch.
I gotta watch The Hobbit. Yeah, I gotta watch the three Hobbit movies.
I watched all of them. I watched all of them.
Yeah, I'm bad. Joey franchise. What you feel about that Lord of the Rings prequel?
I'm right there with Sir. I don't think I want to know anything else prior to The Hobbit.
Good point. So trash or eh? Or but what if it's great? So it's like, oh my god, the acting is so great. You got to watch the show. It's the next
who's
Game of Thrones. I don't even know. Michaela, you the person that knows a lot more of these things than we do.
I didn't watch it. I'm gonna be honest.
You didn't watch the trailer for the?
No, I was not even in. I was not even. I was like I was at the theme park, to be honest, during the Super Bowl, and then I didn't even watch the trailer. I didn't even know when
Do you
dropped.
even care about
I
this?
didn't. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm sorry. I've never watched The Lord of the Rings. I've never seen The Hobbit. I never read a book.
No,
Sorry.
Not even for like a school project or anything?
Don't get into it.
I mean, if I didn't see it, I'm all over social media
It will
and
take a lot of your
YouTube,
time
and if
if
it
you try and
hasn't
catch up.
come across my screen,
Yeah.
it's not relevant to me. And if it has, and it hasn't. So I didn't even know it was a thing. I didn't even know it was a thing.
Listen, it's not for our show. Just watch Euphoria instead.
I do watch Euphoria.
Yeah, watch Euphoria.
And
It doesn't come out until September.
Talk
Lord
about-
of the Rings, The Ring of Power doesn't come out until September 2nd.
Is Euphoria a sequel to Warehouse 13?
Bro, what?
There's
What
a
the
show.
fuck are you
There's a
talking
show.
about?
I was an old show that I was watching that called Warehouse 13, and I
No-
guess apparently they
whoa,
continued the
whoa,
story
whoa,
with another
whoa.
show.
No.
Yeah, it was like a spin-off or something.
I don't know.
Generation
I thought it was
Z
weird.
would be very disappointed with what you just said.
I don't know then.
What are you talking about?
What
do you
the
not
fuck
have
was going
Wikipedia? How do you not?
How
TV guys. You're getting TV guys at your house. You're getting TV guys.
the paper ones.
The paper one at your house.
Yo, listen, Speedy. There's more to pop culture than just what we be talking about out here.
All right. No, there was a show. Was it
No,
Eureka? I don't know.
no, not a show. It's not connected. No connective tissue.
I don't remember.
It's
Not enough drugs. There's not enough drugs.
I remember that show.
If you were talking about the movie Kids,
No.
if you're talking about the
not
movie
those.
Yeah,
Kids,
you talking about
or like-
kids.
Okay.
Requiem
But
for a
you way
Dream.
off, cuz.
If we're forgetting anything else that we need to talk about today?
Another version of Stargate?
Can I just a little
I
bit
thought
say?
it was a
Huh?
sequel or spinoff to Attack on Titan.
Man, that's it. But Attack on Titan finale is getting wild though. It's getting a little crazy.
Mikhail, are you about to say something? Go ahead.
Yeah. That Galactic Star Cruiser. Has anyone seen this?
No.
No,
You haven't
but
seen it?
I'm sure you're about to rage about it right now.
The
so
no. The hotel. The
Yeah,
Star Wars hotel.
I've seen the ads and
The
the.
Star Wars hotel. It opens officially tomorrow.
I've seen some.
It's
some
very expensive.
I've
In
seen some
Orlando?
reviews for it.
Where is this at?
Yeah, in Orlando. Yeah.
No.
So give us the insight. I know you've been watching all these people who.
I've seen like every video possible, probably. So
and you're
it's,
when you go, did you already book your date?
I'm not booking that. It's like $4,000 to $6,000.
Beasley Media Group
For
needs you
2
to
nights.
go for your podcast. for
I know
your
they need to
thing.
pay for it, right?
Yeah.
The thing for
Okay.
fun time. You got to get a sponsor.
Yeah.
my-
Caroline
so-
Beasley's gonna cancel the show. Anyway, I'm sorry.
It coincides with the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge land and
Mm-hmm.
Disney. So it's supposed to be the ship called the Halcyon
Yeah.
that is pretty much like a cruise,
Mm-hmm.
but in the sky. So it's a Star Cruiser,
Yeah.
and they're even trying to put it into like the Star Wars like universe by putting it in a book, in a new book that's coming out for Star
Really?
Wars.
I didn't know about that. Like,
It's saying-
that's a little bit too much now.
I know it's saying that Han Solo and Leia had a honeymoon on the ship. I was like, Disney is really trying here,
Yeah, they can see
putting
where Kylo Ren was conceived.
yes,
Going there
This
right
is not ending well.
and that room is an extra charge. Just kidding.
Right.
No, so it's this Halcyon ship, and it's just very immersive. Like the food is just like very alien-y. They have this whole like storyline of you getting on the ship, but the First Order has to investigate it because they think that they're carrying, people in the Resistance, and you do lightsaber battles and all these things that it's just for us fans that just like not us, maybe you guys have no interest in ever doing this, even if it were free, but the mega fans
Hey, if it's free, it's for me.
are like going crazy.
Really? Going crazy that they like it, or going
Love
crazy
it.
that
Oh my God, there's people that the media got off of it recently, and they were like in tears leaving it.
What?
I was like in tears.
This is
I saw
open
videos of
already?
it. What?
I'm
This is open already?
stupefied right now.
So the media got to go last week,
Okay.
and then tomorrow is the first sailing or the first, flight or whatever they call it. Insane. So the first day, like you get on and they like, it's practically an elevator that takes you from like Earth up to the Halcyon, but it's still the hotel. But when you go in it looks phenomenal. I'm not gonna lie, but you get your own cabin, your own little stateroom. This is the videos you've seen. You get on, and I've never been on it, so I'm just like watching influencers do this.
Okay.
You get in your stateroom. You learn how to go to the bridge and learn how to pilot the ship. And then you have to pick if you're part of the resistance or if you're a first order follower, and that's how the story takes you, whether you're first order or resistance.
Oh wow, okay.
And they guide the story from there.
Is there a third choice? Like I want to be just like a smuggler, or
no? It's just the two for now. For now, it's just the two.
Look
that sucks. I want to be like a bounty hunter or something.
Look how lazy Speedy is. He doesn't even want to make a choice on a cruise ship. He's like, I don't want to decide. I just want to.
No, that's too much work. No, I go somewhere. I'm gonna do work.
And then on day 2, you get to go to Galaxy's Edge. Like they land on, or they hover over, Galaxy's Edge or Batu. That's the planet.
Yeah.
And then you take a ship down to Batu, and then you get to go on Rise of the Resistance and Smuggler's Run, and get to go to the cantina. All like special privilege. You get a pin. And and everyone knows that you have that pin, so you get to skip the line. You get to go do all these fun stuff.
Okay, but you
can't leave the land. Yeah, to skip the line, and then you come back on the ship, and then you continue your adventure.
That might be cool.
Well, Kayla,
it looks really cool.
You did get to ride, but not that this is what our show is about, but you got to ride Iron Gwazi, right?
I did get to ride Iron Gwazi.
Tell us about the Iron Gwazi.
I'm excited about that.
I did. What'd you say?
Tell us about the Iron Gwazi.
How was it, you said?
Yeah.
Oh, it was amazing. It was it's probably my favorite ride at Busch Gardens Tampa right now.
Wow. I'm excited. I can't wait till it opens.
It's awesome. And I don't love Shikra. I'm not a fan of just that dropping multiple times, like falling to your death kind of looking like.
People do that.
And it's just like drop and then turns and then drop again. So to me it's like whatever. And my favorite ride used to be Cheetah Hunt. But to me, there was not much action going on other than being like super fast.
Mm-hmm.
And this one, I feel like it's a mixture of both like Cheetah Hunt and like Shikra.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And still with that, keeping back to its roots of Gwazi, with it being a wooden coaster, but with steel on it now. And the craziest part
does it go taka 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 like the old Quasi used to?
It does when you go up, it does, but then it's very smooth.
Okay.
And when you go up, you're like, okay, this is fine. Like you're going up. But then when you go down, you don't see the track. Like it's so inward. It's 91-degree drop.
Woo!
So it's very, it's fun to me. And after you hit that drop, you don't even remember what happens after that. But it's fun.
I gotta be obtuse. Listen, I'm a mathematics person. I gotta be obtuse. I gotta be at least 95 degree D.
You gotta have that angle. You can't just be like
91 is not quite enough. Like I gotta have Mantu, Kumba. I gotta have a little bit of an angle. I haven't been on Shikra yet.
No. Well, okay, so front row really gets you in your mind. You're like, oh my gosh, like I'm falling to my death, but like I can't even see the track. Or Shikra, you could see the track.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're in the back row, I haven't ridden in the back row or like in the middle row or whatever, but I'm sure it's better on people who don't like heights. If you don't like heights, do not sit in that front row.
Oh, okay.
Because it looks like it almost looks like with all the track around you of the other tracks.
Yeah.
This is like you're gonna fall.
You're like, oh my gosh, like this is like a pit of nothing.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna fall here in this pile of wood.
Now I gotta go front row because I want to look like a bitch. Like I don't know who's. Like,
no, definitely go front row.
I want to share this with my friends, and then you were like, "You soft as hell." I'm like, "Well, I gotta." I'm not even get in the front row. I ain't scared.
and I have to say, people at Busch Gardens are ruthless that work there.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't even tell people to like take off their sunglasses and stuff. They're just like, we'll see what happens.
That's funny. I think that's funny.
But I highly recommend taking off any hats, sunglasses, any loose articles.
That's hilarious.
They don't care. Like people were wearing hats and they came back up and they no longer were wearing the hat.
Yeah, the whole wig came off.
The whole thing. Maybe the Busch Gardens team members or whatever they're called. Maybe they were like, "Oh, please, I really like that Adidas hat right there, so let him keep that on."
Come in and get it.
No. Yeah, wait. Let's see if they come back to the Fawcett fan.
They probably were like, "Well, we need to know where the hats come off, and you're the media, then, so we're gonna figure it out where the hats."
Well, okay, so the media got to sit in the front row, and then I guess I don't know if it was other cast. I don't say cast members like it's Disney, but like other employees of Busch Gardens. They got to preview it as well. And so they weren't just going to send the whole cart empty. So all the media got to sit in the front row because we got videotaped.
Right.
And then every other row was either media who wanted to ride it again or people who work at Busch Gardens who are just, maybe that's why they didn't tell them, because it's you should know better.
Yeah.
You work here. You should know better not to wear a hat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So highly recommend. I know it's off track, but yeah.
No, that's
Iron
fine.
Gwazi here in Tampa.
Excellent. Anything else we're forgetting about, guys, before we sign off?
I think we got it, man. Attack on Titan is never going to end, so we'll talk about that.
I know. I keep thinking it's the final episode.
It's
and it
never
won't
going to
stop.
end. Demon Slayer is close to the end or has ended. I haven't been able to watch it, so I won't talk about it. I'm watching Raising Dion right now, the second season.
Yeah, you like it? Do you like it? Do you like it? Huh? No?
Let me conclude the season before I tell you whether I like it or not.
Ooh, I'm still in season 1, so
I love season 1, and I'm kind of undecided on this. I don't want to. No one wants to fight Michael B. Jordan. So, and I'm older than Michael B. I don't want Michael B. Jordan. I've seen Creed and Creed 2. I don't want him giving me a 2-piece. He killed T'Challa, yo.
Yeah.
So I don't want him running up on me somewhere and being like, "Oh, you don't like the movie? You don't like the show?" Because he produced it.
Mm-hmm.
Michael B. Jordan produced the film.
His company, yeah.
It's getting better. Season 2.
Okay.
I will say that.
But it had a rough lift off for you.
I didn't like the direction it was going, but it's getting better.
Okay.
Dude, why are you trying to paint somebody in the corner? You don't even have a real background. No, you even know where you are. Are you even in the studio? You haven't even seen
I'm in Gotham City right now.
Sitting over there like you fucking live in Gotham.
I'm using the new tools that Restream has. So.
You have the pettiness of someone who wears a Dungeons and Dragons shirt. You're living up to your creed. You're just as petty as someone who believes they're a wizard when they're only just
I won't deny it. I won't deny it.
Yeah. So.
Mr. Joey Franchise, how could I follow you, sir?
You can follow him on the damn radio right now.
Yeah.
He's on the radio, Wild 94.1.
Yeah, that's right. Tune in.
Tune in right now.
Wild941.com. Follow him at Joey Franchise.
Yeah,
tune in. Yeah. Michaela, how could they follow you?
On Mika Fig on Instagram, and then on YouTube at Adult Adventure Time. And please donate to the cause because I need to get on that Star Cruiser. Just kidding.
Yeah,
I do need to get on.
Like a ticker.
We need a Patreon. We need a Patreon account.
Yeah.
No. Eventually.
Please give it to her because I'm damn sure not getting on it.
We need to
I'm
get the
gonna
company.
dress up. I'm gonna be like cos. If I ever get on that ship, I will be on cosplay.
What are you going as cosplay?
I was gonna say we need to get the
I won't
company.
go as anyone. I will just be going just have a ridiculous outfit, feeling involved in the whole Star Wars
you're
universe.
not bringing the husband?
Oh no, I'll bring the husband. I thought you were saying of who am I going as?
Yeah, who would you dress as? Yeah, as a cosplay.
No. I think I would just have this ridiculous outfit.
Okay, you're not saying Jedi, Stormtrooper, or anything. You're just going. Okay.
Mr. Tarek Lewis, how can I follow you, sir?
My name is Tarek on Instagram and YouTube, and also on. I'm not getting on that fucking IronGwazi.com until four of my friends write it. .net.
Take a couple drinks. There's a drink called the 91 degree drink.
Do you ride
was it really? Wow.
rides at the fair?
At the fair?
Yeah.
Oh, I used to.
Yeah.
But not
Until you
anymore.
figure it out, they just put them. They put them up only for a weekend and take them down.
I rode the cheetah hunt. I did cheetah hunt in Busch Gardens. This in 2020, and it was the fastest thing I've ever been on my life. I was like, oh my god, why are we going so fast? I just didn't expect
cheetah hunt.
And I rode Tigris, and I was like, I enjoyed both these rides, and I think this is I will ride these again, and that's the extent to which I will ride. But I have to get. I'm gonna get an Iron Gwazi.
All right.
Particularly if I get free.
Fair enough. Yeah, there you go. Or you can follow me at DJ Speedy JR, all socials. Thank you so much for tuning in here to the live show, Geek Culture Congress. Make sure you follow the podcast. Our Facebook page is 3 words, Geek Culture Congress on Facebook, and on Instagram, put it all together at Geek Culture Congress. Thank you so much for hanging out with us here on a Monday. Next week, I have no idea what we're going to talk about. I guess Batman.
Yes, Batman review.
Yeah. Batman spoiler full.
And maybe,
right?
Who knows when Attack on Titan is going to end? It may have ended.
Yeah, it might be the end. We'll finally be able to wrap it up. Let's see what happens. All right,
and then
folks.
when does Moon Knight come out?
Good question.
March something.
Sometime this March 2nd.
Yeah.
Moon Knight.
I can't remember the day. I just go on Disney Plus and say, what's new?
Yeah. What are you guys doing?
Moon Knight release date is March 30th.
Okay.
Okay,
So
not
that's
the end
the
of
end of
the
the month.
Yeah, so it's
End of the year.
a little far away.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Y'all have a good one. Be safe. See you guys next week.